right, good Wednesday morning. We are live talking about the weather for today. Good news, not as much rain today or tomorrow, but storms do arrive and return by Friday night, which we'll dive into detail in just a little bit. But first, outside right now, it's mostly cloudy. And radar for the most part is generally quiet. We're not expecting or seeing much rain out there. There are a few showers and storms east towards Houston. And towards East Texas, Louisiana, but otherwise most of the activity is away from our area at the moment. So temperature-wise, we're at 72 at the airport, 72 and 74 at Stinson. Northeast winds at 7 miles an hour. And notice temperatures across the board. So depending on where you're at, we're at 60s in the hill country, 70s in San Antonio, and 80s across our southwestern counties. Pearsall near Zavala County, Cotulla, McMullen County, lower 80s at this point in time. Today's forecast, these morning clouds will clear out a little bit. We'll be up to about 85, which is right on par, right on the money for average. About 82 at 6 to 8 p.m. tonight, but pretty warm, but not hot, compared to, previous days where on Monday and even earlier this weekend, temperatures got into the 90s. But tonight, mostly dry, some sunshine, highs in the middle 80s for your Wednesday. And notice this is what radar looks like right now. It is mostly quiet. I'll zoom out, and as previously mentioned, there are a few storms kind of rotating around a weak area of mid-low pressure, and it's out near Gonzales, north of Highway 90, between there and Columbus, Wharton, Houston, Conroe, and mainly just scattered, right? Not expecting a lot of rain out there. But some of this is producing some lightning out near Schulenburg, Sealy, so if you're traveling down I-10 later on today, you'll likely encounter and run into a pretty good shower or maybe even a thunderstorm towards Sealy, towards Katy, and towards Houston, east of San Antonio. Out north, again, this is all associated with a very weak area of low pressure kind of rotating in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That is now moving out, which is why San Antonio only has a 20% chance at seeing an isolated shower today. It'll be mostly quiet, dry, nothing like yesterday. That wave of rain is gone, and you can see zooming into San Antonio and the metro, pretty quiet from Kerrville to Bernie to here in San Antonio to our south and southeastern counties. But it does change. Tomorrow, same thing, mostly cloudy in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon, highs in the 80s. Friday, mainly Friday night, is that 50% chance at rain and even some severe thunderstorms. And then most importantly, this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and likely into Monday, widespread, on and off, heavy to moderate rain all day long, which is going to lead to a flooding threat. So today's forecast, middle 80s, some storms out east of 35 towards Houston. Tonight will be mostly quiet and maybe cloudy. By tomorrow morning, as we fast forward into early Thursday, some low-level fog, some cloudy skies, overcast conditions, lower to middle 70s. And then by tomorrow afternoon, similar, these clouds will struggle to break apart, but highs will be near 90, potentially. It'll be a lot hotter tomorrow with maybe a straight isolated shower tomorrow afternoon. But again, it's not until late Friday night we're increasing the chance at a few storms in the area. As a matter of fact, across the region for Friday night, so a couple days from now, this is not tonight, this is not tomorrow, this is Friday night. San Antonio included in a marginal risk, 1 out of 5. Towards the west, 2 out of 5. That's a slight risk from Eagle Pass to I-35, Medina County towards Del Rio, our western half of the viewing area, is expected to get a little active as early as, again, Friday evening. So here's the forecast. We'll rewind that back. So basically between now and Thursday, pretty quiet. A stray shower possible, just not probable. Friday afternoon, sunshine returns, and then Friday evening, things get active out west, and that's kind of how it's going to look like by about 8, 9, 10 p.m. Friday night. Storms develop, maybe a squall line in northern Mexico, and that kind of pushes across South Texas Friday night, 8, 9, 10, and 11 p.m., and it looks like it'll be a very active overnight. And then things quiet down briefly by Saturday morning, but rain returns Saturday afternoon, and it's going to be on and off all weekend long into Sunday and likely into Monday as well. It's going to be an active weather pattern going forward, and here's the reason why. The jet stream is kind of locked in place. There's a low out west, and what that's doing, it's funneling in a lot of moisture, a lot of mid to high level moisture. We already have moisture in place, so it's just saturated at all levels. And that low creates lift and creates upper level support, energy to kickstart rain. And as long as that's near in the vicinity, in the area between California, the Southwest, Arizona, New Mexico, it's going to continue to crank in moisture in our direction. And that's why we have a very wet forecast going forward between now and next Tuesday. Potentially between 5 to 7 inches, which is going to lead and create some local flash flooding problems over the weekend, even likely into early next week, because when you look at the 7-day, it's several days, several numerous rounds of rain. And again, some of those pockets of rain could easily go above that. But this is not over one day. This is a rainfall forecast over 6 to 7 days, meaning flooding could be a threat, high water spots, flood-prone areas, flooding, isolated pockets of heavy rain, localized flooding, all going to be a problem starting this weekend and then likely going on and off, lingering through early next week. So again, it's a very active pattern. As a matter of fact, take a look at the 7-day. As you can take a look, it is pretty active. I mean, between today and tomorrow, it's quiet, middle to upper 80s, some sunshine breaking through. And even Friday morning and afternoon, it's fine, 87, sunny, but Friday night is when it gets active. That's when we start to see storms develop out west, a 50% coverage of rain that lingers into late Friday night, Saturday morning, and then all day Saturday, all day Sunday. It's going to be on and off, moderate to heavy rain. Going to be one of those weekends where you want to stay inside, don't drive out if you can, because roads are going to be slick. Ponding is likely going to occur on highways, flood-prone neighborhoods. Water's going to pile up. Our ground's already saturated, so when you add in more rain Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, and even into Monday, it's going to lead to at least a few problems across the San Antonio metro and across south central Texas as a whole. Rain starts to trend down on Tuesday, but notice it's an active 7-day forecast near 90 for the next couple of days, middle to upper 80s. Thanks to rainfall, rain-cooled air, cloud cover, highs should remain in the upper 70s near 80, if not even cooler than that, every single day this weekend, especially into Monday. And into Tuesday, slowly backs off. But remember, May is historically the wettest month of the year. This is expected. We do need the rain. Drought continues. We're still in extreme to exceptional drought in San Antonio and across the hill country. So likely between now and next week, we'll see a pretty good dent in that drought. Heavy rain expected this weekend. Have your umbrellas ready. Drive safely. Be careful. And get ready for an active pattern over the next 7 days, guys. Be careful.